My name is Jake Laser, and I'm the real-life Tony Stark.
This man DIY engineers superhero gadgets from his garage.
I've just really always wanted to be a fucking superhero.
It's just not enough.
Dude, have you ever had any injuries?
Really hard time. It would kind of like, if I could actually fly, then I could get over this relationship thing.
What happened with Logan Paul?
You gotta switch professions, bro.
I think Logan was a little bit frustrated with that. Damn. Yeah. Just like out of nowhere, he was just like, dude, you shouldn't be an engineer.
Sounds pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, your voice sounds...
Yeah.
Damn.
I was sick a couple of days ago. I don't know if it's coming through.
Really?
But yeah.
Dude, fuck
holiday sickness.
Fuck doing engineering. You should just do ASMR.
Dude, I know.
So much more views,
Get
bro.
one of these. Yeah, seriously.
I don't think that's possible, man. I saw your views on your YouTube before this, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, the Spider-Man one? That's crazy.
Dude, I know. It's ever, it's never enough though. It feels
It's
like.
never enough. It's never enough.
Yeah.
Because the weird thing is, like, I think Mike can relate to this, but like you get one video that blows up and it's like amazing, right? Wow, you get all this dopamine rush, and it probably helps with like your opportunities, and like this trend line. But as time keeps going, it just starts going lower and lower again until you make a new thing.
I know. Yeah, you always got to top yourself. That's the trap that every YouTuber falls into, is like, what's next? How do I keep innovating? How do I top, like, the sustainability of it? Because you get something that, like, just goes nuclear and everyone sees it. And then, okay, what's the next video? That's super tricky.
Actually, Jake Paul, I listened to this podcast with Jake Paul and Aubrey Marcus.
Cool.
And which is cool because I didn't know Jake Paul was even spiritual in any sense.
I had no idea until right now.
But Jake was literally talking about like the darkness in LA when he came here. Like originally he was just coming here with his brother to do content, but he realized as he continued to do this, it kind of took him out of his path. That's why he decided to just focus on the boxing, is because he wanted to
so he was spiritual going into LA? Is that?
No, I don't know about going into.
Okay.
But I think his path had diverted significantly. And he described his change as like how he just wanted to, quote unquote, go into back to like a blue collar job where you just work hard and not focus on what he described as in LA. That, what is it? I think it was like the YouTuber or the influencer like disease or something. Yeah. Where you're continuously trying to make crazier and crazier ideas to continuously top yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I think, everyone who's done any sort of content creation can relate to that. But I think if you get into it for the right reasons, that's something that's completely manageable, like...
That's the hard thing, though.
Yeah. Like, if you get into it to make money and to, like, for the fame, like, fame should just be a byproduct. And, all the views and everything, that should just, like, come as a result.
And I think a lot of people know that and understand that, because we always talk about that shit, right, on all the podcasts. But it's, like, one of those things where, like... I'm trying to think of a good analogy, because, like... I was thinking, like, breathing is involuntary, but there's a lot of things that are voluntary where you have to remind yourself, like, hey, that's not a good idea. Yeah. Like, we have reactions versus responses, right?
Yeah. And your initial reaction, and then when you think about it.
And oftentimes our reaction isn't the same as our response. In fact, probably most times, especially when there's something that, like, triggers you.
Yeah. It probably is good to take a second to not have that initial reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was I talking about again?
I think you were talking about... No. You're talking about people's initial responses and kind of that YouTube trap. I think
Yeah. Okay. We forget. Maybe I should have smoked that. But anyways, like we forget that that like we need to actually detach ourselves from the dopamine rush that is the rise of numbers. And
learning how to manage that is super crucial. Like if you tie yourself to the numbers, like it feels good when you're doing well, but if you really tie your self-worth to that number, those analytics, like it's not healthy and sustainable. So
I'm sure other people are different, and I'm sure you're different too. I'm curious about yours, and then I have to actually do the fucking intro.
Yeah,
but I actually have to I have to actually, how some people like take the likes off of their Instagram. Like I don't want to do that, but I actually have to like go cross-eyed almost when I'm clicking certain buttons to post, to make sure that I don't see things that I know are going to trigger me.
Oh, like specific comments or just numbers and like
everything, comments, numbers, random posts that pop up on your Explore feed, because that's what happens when you bring up YouTube or Instagram first, right? Is it shows you videos that it thinks you'll be interested in. Bro, every time it does that, I see one video and I like click on it. So,
I know, dude, social media is wild these days. Like the amount of engineering that has gone into trying to get you to stay on and just watch another video is insane. Like, I don't know how people are going to like survive in the future, especially kids growing up with this type of content.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous.
That shit's scary, bro.
Yeah.
Like imagine like 1998 when there was like those Motorola like flip phones and shit. Did you ever expect that you would be literally creating your entire career off of that phone, like what you find in that phone, the social media, contacts, the your ability to literally research and look up anything on the planet.
It's all just one tool. It's pretty wild. Yeah, I had no idea what I was gonna do, or obviously like any kid, but all I know is I just liked creating and making things and working with my hands and building like from day one. So it was either gonna be that or some sort of like zoologist too. I really like animals.
Oh, nice.
That's cool. Yeah.
That's totally unrelated.
Yeah, I know. Super unrelated. But then I kind of figured out one of the reasons I really like, nature and animals, and specifically the cool animals, is because I like their abilities. So I just wanted to like fly like a bird or like, run really fast. So I was like, yeah. So if I could build something to do that, then that's the best of both worlds.
Yeah. So that's where it ties in.
That's where it ties in.
And that brings me to my intro, baby.
All right,
let's go. Okay, what's up, guys? So actually, we're here today with one of my boys and someone that I actually really, really, really admire.
Thank you.
And so maybe not all of you guys know this, but some of you may, that I actually got my degree in mechanical engineering, and that was like my path initially.
Actually, did you tell me that?
We had like a very, very, very quick.
I knew you were interested. I didn't know your degree was in mechanical engineering.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I got my degree in mechanical engineering at Purdue.
I can't bullshit now.
No, you can.
You're going to call me on it.
Trust me, I promise you can totally bullshit. I was actually going to say that because I don't remember fucking anything.
Gotcha, cool.
Actually, something that now I kind of want to talk about at some point, like the freaking school system. But
we'll circle back. Yeah.
But this is someone I really, really admire, because everything that he's ever done, like when I wanted to become engineer as a kid, I was like, damn, I want to create cyborgs. Like someday I want to, Cyborg from Teen Titans.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Yeah. I'm like, I want to be that fucking dude someday.
Yeah, same. Yeah, you started doing it physically, you started bodybuilding. I started just building shit.
But that's what I was interested in. So I was even going to get my master's degree in biomechanical engineering. And that's actually why I moved to San Diego, to SoCal, was because I was going to UCSD and then dropped out beforehand.
Nice.
But everything that I've ever wanted to create, which I also believe is literally everything that fifth graders think that who are interested in engineering think they're going to do someday.
I know.
This guy fucking did.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to. Yeah. A lot of stuff out there to make.
So anyways, I bring to you guys the real life Tony Stark.
Thank you. That's an amazing
Jake
intro.
Laser.
Appreciate
also
it.
Dope as fucking name, bro. Who just has the last name of
I
Laser?
kind of, yeah, it just, I think the name chose me, like, yeah, it's Laser's real last name. Yeah.
It's like Usain Bolt, bro.
Dude. It's pretty wild.
Did you ever DM his girlfriend, by the way?
No, I didn't. Oh, you saw that video.
I saw it.
I did not, no. It's for a video, by the way. I was trying to run fast. I'm not trying to slide on Usain's girlfriend. Anyways, yeah, I did a video where I was trying to beat his record with these like, I don't even know what I ended up using. Some like jets on my hands that like let me run really fast. Go watch the video. But yeah, I didn't DM him. her. Officially.
Damn.
Yeah.
But that was a sick video, by the way. That was crazy. Freaking, what were those on your hands?
They were like these electric jets that just threw out a bunch of thrust. I later then turned that into like a real jetpack that you can fly around with.
Oh, so
that
the jetpack was
wild.
after that.
So that was kind of officially like kind of a part one, but I just used it in a different application.
I see.
Yeah. So
that was the first time that people ever saw that.
yes. Yeah. That
Okay.
kind of, and then I just added even more jets. They're like these really cool electric jets. Yeah, and I just put a bunch of them on my arm, a bunch of them on my back, and eventually that led to a real life Ironman suit.
That's crazy,
Fly around
dude.
with.
That's fucking.
I think it was the world's first electric jetpack, or at least when I started the project, it was the world's first. I think someone might have, like one other person might have made a similar one, but first or second electric.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you bring your mic closer to you,
yeah,
bud? Or just drag. You can drag the mic slowly.
Yeah, there it is.
Or like sit as comfortably, like whatever angle is most comfortable.
Yeah,
and then we'll just drag the arm.
Oh.
Yeah, just like that.
I like that. All right, cool.
Okay, nice. Condenser
Yeah.
mics. I like him.
I wonder how much of an audience we actually share. Like, do people? I feel like you mostly just have like fitness, like the fitness influencers on here, or
what creator?
on the podcast. Yeah,
Like what kind of guests I normally have?
Yeah, like am I out of the norm, or what sort of?
It's a total mix, dude. I have a lot of bodybuilders and like stuff like that, but I've also had doctors. I've also had I've had a lot of other just like creators. I've had a porn star.
Nice.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. That was a fun one.
Yeah,
he said some crazy stories, bro. He wanted what he wanted to be when he grew up at the age of 12 was either a boxer or a porn star.
That's wild. Like, how would you? How?
I know.
I wonder who.
I don't think I
his
even
influences.
I don't think I even knew that sex existed when I was 12.
Yeah, he was ahead of his time, I guess. Damn. Yeah.
He's also foreign, so I'm just like something about some of these countries. They're
maybe
just
different culture.
a lot more exotic.
Yeah. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, but I don't know. Do people like? I'm just wondering if anyone like actually knows who I am on here.
Dude, I'm sure there's a lot. Actually, I just posted a story.
Oh,
and someone, my old videographer, actually responded to the story, and he was like,
Oh,
"No
no
way, bro! I used to watch that guy's videos religiously."
Hell yeah. Okay, cool. There's a little overlap. Honestly, like it kind of makes sense. I feel like, weirdly, a lot of engineers are pretty jacked.
No, that's
what I mean?
I was exactly going to say that
Yeah.
there is 100% a crossover between engineering and bodybuilding.
Yeah, I don't know what
For
it
sure.
is. Like, especially like mechanically, like physics kind of related people. Maybe it's just like the physics of the body and how it works, but I definitely see it. I don't know what it is.
They're just both like such dude things.
They're very
honestly.
dude things. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
A lot of my closest friends in college were like jacked fraternity dudes that were really smart and in engineering with me. They were smarter than me and more jacked than me, honestly.
It's like, fuck. Yeah. They're just getting beat on every level. Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised.
Cool.
But
yeah.
I was a little bit curious because I've never asked you about like your background or your story.
Yeah.
So like what's like the very first memory that you can possibly conjure that
Very first memory.
that like kindled what you do today?
I mean, I was always the kid who loved playing with Legos, just like every building toy I could get my hands on. I would ask a lot of questions. I would just was a very curious kid in general, like mostly about kind of mechanically related things. So I would just take apart like every appliance in our house, like just kind of, my mom hated me for that. She was just like, I would just be breaking everything. And
You would actually be taking apart the appliances?
Oh yeah, dude.
That's crazy.
I would be taking apart just any kind of like little thing that I was curious about. I would just want to know how it worked.
That's actually really dope. Like I played with Legos and Bionicles, but I did not fucking take anything apart.
Oh yeah, no, I played with Legos and then I started like adding other things into my Legos. Like I started just like taping on other attachments to like kind of go beyond Legos. And then I started like just building things with like things around the house. Yeah, I don't know if I have like a specific memory. Oh, one thing that does come to mind, I I mean, I didn't know rain boots existed, but I jumped in a puddle. My feet got wet. I was like, shit, I wish that didn't happen. So I went and like made some like duct tape kind of shoes out of with like plastic and whatnot. And yeah, I was like, damn, my feet aren't wet anymore. I was like probably like 4 or 5 or something.
No way.
But yeah.
4
Just
or
kind of, yeah. So just kind of stuff like that. Big into duct tape back in the day. That was kind of my medium. Like after I graduated from Legos, I just started building things out of that. And yeah, just, I mean, I think YouTubers back in the day too, like were a big inspiration for me as well. Cause, or just the internet in general is like, there's just so much stuff out there. So, was able to do a lot of learning and just like figuring out how to, I was also like kind of a pyromaniac as a kid too. So like, yeah, I would blow a lot of stuff up. Yeah, almost set the house on fire a couple of times, but
there's definitely a correlation between those.
Yes. Yeah. But I don't know, man, ever since day one, it's always just been about creating and yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. And then I guess when I got a little bit older, I would watch a lot of, you know, other YouTubers who like the early YouTube. I don't know how long you've been doing social media, but like I don't know. It was.
I used to watch a lot of YouTube when I was a kid.
Same. So like, there were some of these guys who I like really looked up to who were doing a lot of like DIY projects and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah, and I got pretty inspired by them. So it's cool to like now be where they were and like kind of inspire the next generation a little bit.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What can you do you remember what the guys were?
Yeah, man. This guy named Kip K, household hacker, Greek gadget guru. I don't know. There's like a bunch of these guys who coincidentally now I'm kind of friends with some of them.
No way,
which is wild. So it's like kind of full circle.
That's crazy,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
That's like Mike and I, bro. I used to watch Mike's videos.
Dude,
all
I
the
used to
time
watch
in
Mike's
college.
videos. Yeah,
That's so
I
crazy.
feel like everyone used to watch Mike's videos. I still watch Mike's videos.
I can't even remember what like. It's hard for me to even recall what he was like in his videos now that I know him, though.
I know. To me, it's like he's a different person. Like I don't think of, you know, what he does. Like his videos are a different person to me than he is.
They are.
You know what I mean?
Such a different person.
Such a different. Like I don't think he's the same person that's in his videos almost.
No.
Like, which is wild.
Yo, he's so different. Like he actually like he would ask you. If you ask him a question, he'd be like, "Are you referring to Mike or Dom?" And they actually have two completely different answers.
They really do. Yeah, it's wild. That's another thing with like social media and everyone, you know, having their own thing and show. Like, do you think you have a character online, or are you pretty authentic? Like, because I've met kind of both ways. Like, people have their internet persona that's a completely an act, and other people are just more like authentic.
Like, to be completely honest with you,
Yeah.
I am completely myself now.
Okay.
But I don't think I would be able to do this podcast if I wasn't, because it would take a little bit of extra effort there to maintain a character, and I can't do that. Like the fact that Mike can do that with Dom and improvise is fucking like blasphemy to me, bro.
And anyone else who can just like keep it on for that long, like you're right, like long form stuff like this is tricky. It's, you know, you have to be just a good actor.
Yeah,
like,
there's no chance.
It. Yeah, I definitely think I probably put on a little bit of an act. Like I feel like I'm mostly myself, but I'm just a little bit more animated.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's a big thing.
Yeah.
But also I like hardly do long form stuff. Like I'm probably like the worst social media person who does social media, in the sense that I'm like pretty shy, and like a lot of the stuff, like when I like I don't do a lot of podcasts because I don't necessarily think I'm all that interesting. I think the things I do are interesting, if that makes sense, but I don't think I'm just kind of a normal guy, you know? So like when I'm talking about something that I'm making, I'm more comfortable, if that makes sense. But if I'm like talking about myself or kind of things like that, then I'm a little bit more unsure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But
I feel like there's like a lot of, personally, I feel like there's a lot of humbleness coming out in that though. And I think
maybe
you're definitely like, you seem to be very proud of your creations.
Oh yeah,
but
of course.
At the end of the day,
love doing it.
You're the person who created those things, man.
Sure.
So that's why I fucking admire what you do, and I think what you do is super fucking sick. So
I appreciate it.
Even though it may not feel like it, which I totally get, and I think every creator ever has experienced some form of imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
You have a lot of value, bro.
I appreciate
why
it,
you're on
man.
this
I
fucking
appreciate
podcast.
Fuck yeah, dude. The best podcast out there.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, man.
That one podcast you were on though with those three guys was pretty hilarious.
Oh, do you ever watch that Safety Third?
The like worst podcast ever.
Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. Those
That
guys
was-
are hilarious. And that's the thing, man. Like their whole brand is their personality, also like, or mostly their personality mixed in with a little like fun science and engineering to go along
Yeah.
with it. Like for me, it's mainly all about the coolness of the builds, and that kind of carries. So I don't consider myself like that funny of a person, but I like to goof around with them and just,
Yeah.
you know, it's a fun time when I'm with them.
I mean, fucking funny is like, I feel like funny, like level of funniness is kind of just opinionated. That's
Yeah.
like each perspective. And like, I'm actually curious about how you came up with all these ideas. Like, I know a lot of these are based off of Marvel, but some of
Yeah.
these things, like, I would have never thought of the Naruto run.
I know.
The way that you did.
Yeah. Oh, I know. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm better at. Like one of the things I'm better at, just because I've practiced it so much. I feel like not a lot of people, you know, have taken apart so many things or just like built so many things with their hands. Like I feel like, I think I have like 500 different projects that I've built over the years. Like those are the recorded ones. Probably thousands of other ones that I didn't even put out.
Damn.
So just like that many hours and that much time training your brain to think about things in that unique way, like how to go about bringing something to life. You just end up with these like super kind of unique solutions. Yeah, it's pretty wild. It kind of starts, I don't know, like there's also a YouTube factor as well, which kind of, I guess, dictates how I build things. You know, I need to build something that people want to see first and foremost.
Yep.
Like otherwise, you know, unfortunately, even if I really want to build it, if I don't think anyone's going to watch it, I generally don't do it. Luckily, my interests and other people's interests kind of align, so I don't have to worry about that too much. Like I definitely wanted to build a jetpack, and people probably also wanted to see me make that too. So, you know, not too much of an issue there, but sometimes it is a little bit, you know, skewed. And then there's just like, because I've, you know, kind of got this knowledge base of how things work in certain materials and how they all go together, like I can kind of rely on those past projects to, you know, take maybe a piece from this one, a piece from that one, kind of put it together to make this new thing that will work for this new concept. So yeah,
Gotcha.
it's a lot of little incremental steps, but in the whole video, it looks like I just came up with this massive thing on my own, but no, it's like, I probably didn't actually do that much news, you know.
For most of your projects, you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like most of my, you know, my biggest projects have been, you know, kind of formulated in the back of my mind for years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah. So it's like, and then it all just kind of comes together in a perfect storm.
That's so
You know?
fucking sick. Because when
Yeah.
I see your projects, like I know how long engineering takes, man.
Dude, it takes a
especially
while.
when you're actually building something yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I would take me fucking years for each video alone. And you have fucking so many videos, dude. I feel like you have a new one every few months or something.
That's the trick, man.
crazy.
There's a whole other scene behind the scenes of, you know, how to do these things at a fast rate, you know, because the internet moves super fast, unfortunately. Like it's not the easiest thing in the world if, you know, to create these just massively scaled projects. You know, ideally I would like to do it like every week, but just, I don't know, the type of videos I do require like a little bit more time. Like if I just wanted to get views, I would probably have done something easier, but I feel like longevity wise, I'm much more happy doing this,
Yeah, bro.
you know? So
100%. Like
Yeah.
if you're not, there's just this level of, because there's so many people are on social media these days, and it's very hard for me to believe that each one of them is doing exactly what they want to do, like exactly what makes them fulfilled. Because there's so much competition. Some of these creators are definitely devising ideas because they know that's what they have to do to get views. or that's what they need to do to like become successful.
Yeah, and the more you can align that with your actual own interest, the better. You know?
Right.
So like as I was saying, like there's most of the projects I want to do, other people will also, I think, want to see. So it's like, it's very closely aligned. Whereas some people, if it's on the opposite end of the spectrum, like, I don't know, they hate doing like weird sketches. They want to, I don't know, be a writer, or I don't know, like do something completely different, be an artist, whatever. If they're doing something they hate, but it keeps getting views, it's you know, it's really taxing. It's not sustainable.
And at some point, someone's going to blow up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like even Emma Chamberlain was doing vlogs that she liked to create.
Yeah.
But the fact that it just put so much effort in, and she was doing the same thing like every week for how many years?
Yeah.
She still can keep doing it.
Well, that's the trick. If you're a vlogger kind of, or a lifestyle channel like that, it's super unsustainable because of, you know, your personality is your brand, is your everything. Like for me, I'm fortunate enough to have the build be, I'm like one step kind of removed. Like as long as the build's sweet, I'm having fun with it, you know, that's going to be a good video. Like I don't have to rely on my personality or whatever to have a good video. Like, so if you're sad, you can't be sad, you know, you got to flip a switch and be happy for the video because that's what people want. Like that would be super draining, you know?
Fuck, dude. I actually didn't really think about that. Like I know that was a part, but in my head, I always saw like someone doing a vlog is more sustainable.
I mean, it is to an extent.
Maybe not. Like
in this,
I think you are so experienced that,
dude, I've been doing this for like 11 years.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
But then I think
I've like never had a burnout really.
But you're also such like a unique creator and a unique niche. I think there's not very many creators that are fucking Tony Stark,
dude.
So I think like when I'm thinking of like what Mike does, you know, Dom Mazzetti, when I'm thinking about people who create skits on YouTube, or when I think of like, I just feel like there's only so much you feel like you can do until you start running out of ideas.
Yeah.
And then whereas for a vlog, it's like at least you always have like your life, but maybe it's not so exciting. And that's where it depends on what you built it off on. So if you built it off of crazy exciting lines like Jake Paul, Logan Paul, where every idea has to be crazier, that seems fucking impossible to me.
Dude, I saw behind the scenes of all that, like back in the day. It was one of my like first collabs. It was wild just to see like Logan, or the one I spent more time with, I spent like, I don't know, maybe half an afternoon with Jake, but like I saw like Logan just instantly turn on this like larger than life personality. And then after the camera's off, he was just like physically, you could just see him like almost like deflate. He was just like lying around like I'd never met him before this, but I thought he was going to be just like, oh, what's up? You know, like kind of how he was in his videos. And he was just like tired.
Damn,
yeah.
That's crazy.
I know. So it's like, it really is just draining you.
You know, that kind of reminds me a little bit of Jesse James. You know,
oh, really?
Jesse James West?
Yeah. He actually just messaged me like a day ago.
Oh, no shit?
Yeah. I've watched his videos before. He wants to make like some sort of exosuit.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, to like lift a bunch of weight or something. I don't know. He probably wasn't serious, but you know,
that would be crazy though, bro.
Sick, yeah.
Do you think you could do that?
Yeah, probably.
Damn.
Yeah. It'd be. I mean, I have to think about the best ways to do it, but I at least have a, you know, concept. Like one of my buddies already did something like that.
Oh,
he could basically like, he deadlifted a car with it.
What?
Yeah, the Hacksmith. I don't know if I'm sure a couple of you will know him who he is, but he's basically the other guy who does what I do on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it like was it like a full on like Matrix Tron machine?
I think it was pretty clunky. I think this was also a couple years ago. So don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure you had like pretty limited mobility and you would kind of walk up and attach these things to whatever you're trying to lift. And then it was like a hydraulic system that would like,
okay. That makes sense.
You lift it up.
That's so sick though.
Yeah.
It's fucking tight.
But he built this other insane project. It's a power loader. I don't know if I forget what it's from, but it's this gigantic yellow machine that you basically get inside of and you can control these like massive arms that are, it's basically like you can crush things, you can pick things up. It's pretty wild, dude.
That's crazy.
You feel like a superhero in there.
Actually,
Insane. Yeah.
You know what? Like machines I'm talking about, right? In the Matrix, where there's like,
The Matrix.
did you watch the Matrix
Yeah.
series? So you know where like they jump in this fucking, I don't even know what to call it. It literally looks like a giant bionicle. And they come into it, and like half of their body is exposed, but their arms are in these giant arms, and then they have guns connected to them. Okay, yeah.
His is kind of like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's
so
insane.
sick.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I wanted to create that Matrix suit. That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
No,
I think that's the next progression. That's what we're all aiming for. Something,
Okay.
Yeah. Which, I mean, you talk about people running out of like content ideas. Like, there's always going to be stuff I want to build. So,
Dude, yeah,
thankfully,
exactly.
like, there's just movies coming out. Me just thinking of. I have just so many ideas. I'm never going to run out of ideas. It's just the ones that make the most sense to do. So.
I don't think there's ever going to be an end to engineering and technology,
I don't think so. I think that's, history's proved that. It just keeps advancing.
Like, literally just 20 years ago, we literally couldn't imagine the things that we have today.
Oh, dude. And it's just accelerating at such an insane rate. Dude. Like, oh my God.
There was this post I saw yesterday that was like, by 2025, it was 10 years ago, right? It was like, by 2025, we're going to have sex with robots. And the caption was like, 1 more year, guys. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Dude, I feel like that's been happening.
Oh, what?
Probably. I don't know.
Like they fucking...
People probably already fucking robots. Let's be real.
Mechanicalize a sex robot or something.
Definitely.
A sex doll.
Probably.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I would imagine. I don't know. And then next thing you know, they're just going to like add AI in there, and it's going to be like a functioning person, and it's going to learn what you like.
Oh, that's
going to be wild.
Bro. I'm not gonna lie. People are gonna be so turned off by this. I'm sorry, but I gotta be transparent about it. When I was like fucking maybe 8 years old, 9 years old or something.
You say you gotta be transparent about it?
Transparent.
Nice.
I said transparent, but
okay.
I was like, I don't remember. I was a preteen, and there's the anime called Chobits, and it was like very emotionally charging. But it was about this guy, and like they had these actual like dolls, like these cute anime girl dolls. But I'm pretty sure they were all supposed to be sex dolls. That's literally what the anime was.
Okay.
And then he and like this chick, like this doll, like ended up building like a huge relationship, like a huge like dramatic emotional relationship of sorts or something. And like,
interesting.
She started like having like human tendencies and like human emotions and like,
okay.
I don't remember what happened at the end, but I feel like she basically kind of turned human or something. Some crazy creepy shit.
I mean, dude, there's a lot of stuff out there about just people and getting together with robots or whatnot. Yeah. I'm not too big into anime, besides like the really popular ones, but
that's where a lot of new ideas I think would be pretty amazing, dude, for you, right? Like the Naruto was already great, but
did I show you the ODM gear?
Yes, bro. Yeah. That was so sick.
Yeah.
That was sick.
That was a wild one.
Did that one hella pop off?
It popped off. I'm kind of surprised it didn't pop off a little bit more. It popped off on, short form way more. Maybe I just kind of, effed up the video a little bit. But like, yeah, it definitely reached the anime fans on TikTok and Instagram.
Dude.
Yeah,
that's so tight.
It was insane. It was one of the coolest feelings too. Like, you just shoot these things up this wall, and then you can actually just with a press of a button just run up it.
That's so cool.
It's insane.
Didn't you like? Because I after you told me that, I watched the video. Didn't you actually like have a giant Titan and you like?
Yeah.
That's so cool, dude.
We had a blow up Titan. We filled it with like smoke too, so when you slice it, smoke pours out.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it felt wild. I didn't build it too, so like the control was pretty sensitive. Like I didn't really, put a lot of thought into that. So it was pretty much all or nothing. So you would literally get like launched into the air. Like there was no half-assing this, and like flying through the air with a sword and just like slicing the Titan.
That's crazy,
It was
bro.
insane, man.
Dude, have you ever had any injuries like from your videos?
Yeah. I am fortunate enough to not ever have had any, life-threatening injuries. I would say the biggest learning experience and the biggest injury was when I was probably about 19. I was trying to build this electric paramotor. So have you ever seen those paragliders like that people fly with, this kind of big parachutes? You ever seen those?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was trying to build this fan on my back that would, blow air and let me just like fly around
Okay.
like pretty much wherever I wanted. So I was kind of rushing through the build because at that point I think I was like a sophomore in college, and summer was coming to an end, and kind of summer was a time where I'd, really take on a big project, and, cause I had just more time. So, school was coming up. I needed to finish this project. I had this gigantic electric motor on my back with like, just insane amounts of torque, and a big like carbon fiber propeller blade on my back as well. And I threw together this cage that probably could have been a little bit better constructed. I don't know. Felt fine at the time, but I was, I had my doubts, but I was just like, whatever, I'm going to send it. I got to get this done. So I took it to a hill and turned it on and put the chute up above my head and started running down the hill. And this big gust of wind came and kind of pulled me to one side. And the way you fly it was with your hands up. So my hand got pulled to the side and back around my body and into the blade, basically. And the cage I made, took a chunk out of my arm.
No way.
Yeah, dude. That's my probably the biggest injury I sustained.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I took a chunk out of my arm because the cage I made kind of just indented too much because it wasn't strong enough, and just literally looked like a zombie had taken a bite out of my arm.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I could like see my bone and all these like
No
tendons, dude. I was
way.
just like, oh fuck. Yeah, so I like put my arm above my head and like walked out of the field that I was in, and my buddy didn't know how bad it was, but I was just like, dude, call 911. He's like, all right, fine. So he did, and I was just like sitting there for like 5-10 minutes with my arm above my head, just like fuck. Like, am I gonna lose my hand? Like motion in my hand. That's what I was really worried about. Like, did I slice any tendons?
Right.
Like, am I gonna be able to
Yeah.
use my hand? So yeah, then it was just praying that nothing bad happened, and I went to the ER, and they put they like numbed up the cut too by like doing like 40 shots inside of the wound.
40
and then
shots?
It's just so many. It hurts so bad. I don't know. I kind of wish they just didn't give me that at all, because it probably hurt more than them stitching it up. But then because it was an irregular kind of wound, they had to, normally when they operate, it's just a slice, right? And then they can just stitch up the top, I think. But this one was an actual chunk taken out of my arm. So they had to like they had to do layers of stitches. So they had to just pull it back together. Yeah, it was pretty gnarly, man. But anyways, moral of the story is, after that, I haven't really ever gotten seriously hurt. Like, I've fallen down before. I've gotten like scrapes on my knees and whatnot, but never anything. Like, now I always plan, because, all these accidents, like, there's no reason for me to do anything super life-threatening, Like,
Except you do.
dude, I do, but here's the thing. Like, it's all calculated. Like, it's all...
You
we
make
take a
sure
second,
that like you take actual smart tactical precautions.
Yeah.
Like the Spider-Man one you had. It was actually someone that actually does like rock climbing or something, right?
Yeah. We had a full... the first time we did it, we had... Yeah, we hired a professional, got insurance, this guy had belayed down 1,500 foot cliffs before. Like, this was nothing to him.
Okay.
So we had that all, figured out. And the second time I did it with Mr.Beast was like, we had the Marvel stunt team like supporting us.
Whoa.
The literal people who worked on like the Spider-Man, like all the Avengers and all those movies. Like,
that's sick.
So,
and they didn't fucking invite you back to the premiere?
I don't know, man. I got denied from a couple premieres, but anyways, not important. Yeah. So if it's good enough for Tom Holland, it's good enough for me,
Yeah.
So yeah, it's things are, it might seem kind of just like last minute and half-assed in the videos, but like, we are, I'm not taking any risks I'm not comfortable with.
Right.
Wait,
what did you do with what did you do with Marvel and Mr.Beast?
Oh, so in one of his videos, we scaled a 300-foot skyscraper.
Jesus.
Yeah. So originally it was supposed to be, at this point I'd already done my video. Mr. Beast hit me up. He was like, a video's sick. I want to do a version of it for like a bit for my video. Can you help me? And I'm like, yeah, sure. It seems kind of fun because I was really interested in just seeing how his operation worked and whatnot. So fast forward, he gets the stunt double that was in Spider-Man, like Tom Holland's stunt double, to race me up a building, like a 300-foot building, just for a bit in one of his videos. And just seeing his production was insane, first of all. But yeah, that's kind of what we were doing. So it was just some giant building in North Carolina. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, it's me, his stunt double, 2 ropes, and we built him another suit so that we could both race up this.
You and Mr.Beast.
No, me and Tom Holland's stunt double.
Holland's stunt double.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
That was
crazy.
the original video. And then
How was the outcome?
so what ended up happening is leading up to the video, like, or before, earlier that day, they put like a couple of Mr. Beast guys in the suit. They put like Carl and Tariq, I don't know, some of other, his guys who were using the suit. And because I think originally they wanted them to race the stunt double because it's just, the fans know, his friends more than they know me. So in that process, though, the suit I was wearing got a little bit damaged. So when basically those guys couldn't really use the suit to its full potential, so they put me in the suit. But at that point, it was kind of a little bit busted, so I couldn't. Basically, I didn't make it. I made it maybe a quarter of the way up the building before it really wouldn't work. So they ended up just having the guy just go up the building and filming it all epic, kind of like I did before.
Okay.
So it ended up being a cool shot regardless. And it was like raining too, dude. It was
But you
pretty
guys
gnarly.
still raced the first quarter?
Yeah, we still raced the first quarter.
Okay, that's dope as
Yeah.
fuck.
Actually,
how close were you guys?
dude, I completely forgot about this. We did this entire shoot twice.
What?
Yeah, so before all that, before we were actually filming with Mr. Beast, we filmed it a month earlier, the same exact thing. So where we actually did race, and I did make it to the top with him. And the leg pieces of my suit went off. There's 4 pieces, one on each hand and one on each arm. The leg pieces shut off. So the last like quarter, I was literally just with my arm.
No way.
Going up this building. Dude, it felt like the most badass shit.
What? Did you guys
Yeah.
get any footage of that?
Dude, yeah, it's all on my channel.
Oh, okay, you did
Yeah,
post that one.
basically, Mr. Beast, he had a conflict, so he couldn't show up for that one, which is why we had to do the reshoot later.
I see.
But he just basically gave me that video and let me just do all that.
That's so sick,
yeah,
dude.
it was insane. It felt like some Mission Impossible type shit.
So what happened to the suit the second time around? What was the issue?
One of the seals that it wasn't pulling enough suction because the seal was damaged, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Fuck, that's
Yeah, I know, but oh well. It was still a sweet experience and just really eye-opening to see how a production like that
yeah.
could go into.
Yeah, I wanted to ask.
YouTube.
So what was his whole fucking? What is his thing like? Like, how does he?
His
Or
setup.
what do you remember
dude,
seeing?
It's a production agency, like a typical, like how I would imagine a production agency would work for traditional media, TV, just YouTubefied.
Okay.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like he's got it so optimized where he has to do so little, and everyone around him is has the same values as him. YouTube first. They want to like be coachable, see the value, like all of these things that he's kind of instilled upon everybody, so that he can just really optimize his time. I think he's got like hundreds of people just like working on all these productions. It's insane. So picture full TV production just for YouTube.
There it is again. Literally, I talk about this on every podcast. The key to success, man.
What?
Is like, of course, the consistency, but it's like having the ability to just hire people,
Dude.
to,
Yeah,
to
I mean,
work with people, to just have people in your team. Honestly,
Yeah.
because no one like you just can't ever like make the biggest empire solo.
well, again, it's really what you want. Like, what do you think of as success actually is?
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like, so, sure, if your goal is to have a huge empire and rule the world, then yeah, hire a bunch of people and scale really efficiently and never sleep and just work on it 100% all the time. I don't know, like seriously, like that's what you have to do if you want to create something like that. But if you want to be happy or, you know, have a well-rounded life, you know, you got to find the balance a little bit more, I would say.
I do feel like hiring those people though still contributes
Absolutely,
a lot
100%.
to like having the balanced life, because then you're just doing all the work yourself and you have no time.
Absolutely.
That's where I consistently find myself.
Yeah. Have you tried to hire anybody?
I have, but I haven't. I have, and then it doesn't work out. And then afterwards, like I'm okay, I need to go find a new person. But then I procrastinate on that because I'm focused on the content at the current moment.
You got to do both simultaneously because you got to keep the ship running, but you got to allocate enough time to find people who are going to help you. Dude, I've spent the last couple of years trying to find good people to help. Thankfully, we have made some good headway, and we've, you know, have been able to hire, you know, some really quality people. And
I can actually tell you though, in complete confidence, the last 4 years I lived in San Diego, never found a single person, did like my whole journey and everything myself. But since I've moved to LA, like the ability for me to find someone has like been 10 times easier. 10 times easier.
A lot of people out in LA. A lot of like really smart, capable people too.
But it's like not in the ways that I even expect in a weird way. It's like,
what do you think the change is?
Like, I was just thinking like, oh, there'll be a lot of videographers here so I can connect with people. And that was true. Like I made a post and I was able to connect with a lot of videographers. But being here had connected me with so many people I never thought I would meet. Like I never thought I would like become as close as I am with like Larry Wheels or anyone else like this. But like even more than that is like I don't know a lot of things. There's a lot of stuff I don't know, especially when it comes to production, business, when it comes to literally what can I allocate and what resources can I allocate to like people that will work under me when it comes to like creating content, especially the content I want to do, especially since content creators in general are not really, we're one of the newest things.
I know.
There's not very
there's no rule book for any of this.
Yeah,
absolutely.
No rule book. So coming here, it's like people will literally tell me like, oh, like there's these people that do this, and that literally opens a whole new door for me. Because if I didn't know that before, but like being in a space where so many people do this kind of work,
I know,
has taught me so much.
Absolutely, man. I 100% agree. Like when I was doing, you know, social media and the channel and everything in college and through high school, like no one else was doing anything like that. So I was in the middle of nowhere, and everyone's, you know, just getting their degree to go work for somebody else or whatever. The ones who were like interested or, you know, I don't know if you want to go on the tangent of like trying to be like a mechanical engineer to do what I do at all, but basically being a mechanical engineer traditionally in college, you get trained to work for a big corporation to see like a tiny part. You know, you're probably never going to see the fruits of your labor. Like, you know, you'll work on one tiny thing, one tiny screw for like a large project.
Yeah, actual engineering.
Actual engineering,
yes,
right?
Exactly. That's what I did. That's why I got so fucking bored. Dude.
I know. That's why a lot of engineers get bored. And I kind of realized, you know, this isn't fun. Like, I don't want to do that. The stuff I'm doing on my own is way more fun. So, you know, being able to come out to LA and be around people who do, you know, weird, just like fun things and kind of understand the industry is super valuable. You know?
Yeah.
It's because again, there's no rule book. So I think I've learned, you know, probably 5 times as much as I have just being out here than I did in college.
We'll get right back to the podcast in a second, but I just wanted to take this break to thank you guys immensely, because this podcast is my favorite content to create, and I couldn't have done it without you guys. Contributing to it will further help its growth and allow us to listen to more amazing guests such as the one you're listening to today. So if you'd like to support the podcast, you can do so by rating us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere you find your podcast, or subscribing to the YouTube channel. And if you would like to help fund the podcast, you can do so by using Nile for a discount off of Young LA clothing or huge supplements. Thank you guys again so much. We'll be right back to the podcast. I try to avoid sugar at all costs unless I'm in the gym or maybe I'm on a podcast.
Yeah, that makes sense. When you need the energy most.
Yeah, when I'm like, you know what, like this podcast is totally worth me having high blood sugar.
Hell yeah. Yeah, dude, that type of candy's the best too.
I fucking love candy.
Like it's like the Airhead Extremes type shit. So good.
Dude, fucking so good, man.
I know.
I haven't told people, but I'm creating a candy company. So
Are you really?
Yeah.
Is it going to be gym related at all?
Yeah, it's gonna be gym related.
Or is it going to have protein in it?
It was
no?
No, it's not gonna have protein.
Is it going to have other?
Because Mike already has his protein gummy bear company.
Yeah.
And also like,
You don't want to compete?
well, they already got a great product.
Yeah, true.
But I'm not very interested in putting protein in it because you can only eat so much protein. Whereas like, I love how like if you choose not to have fats or protein at the same time you're eating your candy, straight sugar, straight carbohydrates, very fast acting. You don't have any digestion. Like the digestion doesn't take away from like your performative experience. Plus, when you're like working out, you don't want to be digesting a lot of protein. So like I'd rather people use this candy as like a form of intra-workout.
I see. Like shot blocks kind of or something.
Yeah. Or like you know, whenever you have like,
but like fun.
You know, like you have like crispy Rice Krispies.
Yeah.
Crispy pre-workout. Yeah. It's kind of same thing where you like eat something that's a lot less fat but more sugar based. So you're just getting that glucose.
Nice.
Like glycogen.
Maybe throw some like beta alanine or I don't know, like some other shit.
Beta alanine.
I don't know, dude. That was just some random word I saw in the back or something.
Oh shit. That's funny. That's the shit that a majority of people hate because it gives it gives you the itchies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck, never mind. Get that out. No beta alanine.
No itchies. I kind of like the itchies, but
yeah.
I'm weird.
Is it like a pre-workout sort of thing? Is it like, to be honest, I don't even know what it is.
Beta alanine?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the performance benefits are very slim to none compared to the side effect for most people.
I see.
I think there is some performance benefits. I don't remember the exact thing, so don't quote me. But I think the itchiness kind of wakes me up. So
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know, but
You don't want to be too comfortable in a workout.
yeah, I don't want to be too comfortable, you know,
I kind of
get a little irritated.
I think so. I think you want to be a little on edge, dude. I swear I've had like the best workouts when I'm like a little tired, like maybe a little hungover, or like I've been the strongest. Just weird.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude, the hangover PRs are crazy.
Hangover PRs. I
That
don't know
shit's
what
real,
it is.
bro.
You're just still like wired or something.
Yeah. I had a hella hangover PRs in college.
Yeah.
I would drink hella, wake up dehydrated as fuck, feel like absolute dog shit, go in the gym and hit a fucking PR. And I'm like, what the hell happened?
Because you're
Like,
not
what is
like
this?
expecting anything. You know, you're just like, fuck it. You're just going to go for it. It's weird.
We should all drink alcohol.
Guess we should. Moral of the podcast.
Don't do it.
Just a little.
Okay. But speaking of that, actually,
Right.
I feel like the whole irritability thing kind of like brought me to like I feel like a lot of breakups make bodybuilders.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
always like that
Forbidden
ex-girlfriend thing.
gains, dude.
Did you ever have anything like that, like as a kid, or
Any sort of like what breakups or bodybuilder or what do you mean?
yeah, like any like
discomfort that led to me.
yeah, like very memorable discomfort from something like a relationship or a girl or anything in your childhood you remember that kind of like led you to like do this that you do now?
I don't know if I have like a crazy origin story like that.
What's the origin story, bro?
Yeah. No. I've just really always wanted to be a fucking superhero or do like cool things like fly or, you know, swim really fast or just, you know, that sort of stuff. And
I'm surprised you're not a superhero yet, bro.
just go out and fight crime or something. Yeah. No, I mean, I got as, you know, close as I think I can get to that sort of stuff. Just, you know, a lot of people I feel like just stop chasing that sort of thing. And I've probably taken it way too far at this point, but having a lot of fun doing it. No, but as far as like, I think building's it's sort of been the opposite. Like building for me is pretty therapeutic. So it will kind of help with like, it'll help me ground myself, kind of take me out of my head a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I've gone through, you know, some relationship shit. And, actually when I was building that jetpack, I was kind of going through it and it kind of gave me something to focus on. And it, metaphorically, I knew if I could like complete this while I was going through this like really hard time, it would kind of like, if I could actually fly, then I could get over this relationship thing. It's kind of weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, it was, I didn't want to, like, I couldn't just sit around because I would be thinking about,
Exactly,
whatever.
yeah.
So being able to dive into this project really kind of pulled me out of that.
Well, for a man, I feel like our greatest revenge is exceeding ourselves. It's just the
Revenge for what? Like revenge directed towards who?
like say a breakup.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the greatest form
Right.
of revenge is improvement of yourself.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. I mean, have you ever gone through those sort of breakups and had crazy lifts and
Oh, dude, all the
Yeah.
time. All the
do you
time,
ever
bro.
do it intentionally? Just say like, this is going to hurt, but like the gains, I don't know.
Potentially.
Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah.
Think of the gains.
Wait, so what
Yeah.
happened with? Okay, I saw I saw your reel too, which I thought was fucking sick.
Oh,
Yeah. So
which
happened?
one? The one with Logan?
Yeah, what happened with
Oh.
Logan Paul? What was that
Yeah,
whole thing
dude.
about?
So this was 2017. It was my first time in LA. I had been, I was in college at the time. I had never really talked to or experienced any sort of other YouTuber life kind of besides just what I've seen online. So I think I was doing something with YouTube at the time, like, cause YouTube had a space. So I was like visiting that and randomly I like connected with Logan Paul. And he was still, I would say, on the come up. I don't know how big he was at the time. Maybe I had a couple million subscribers, but like nothing like he was now. And yeah, he just liked the inventions. And I was like, yeah, you want to see any of them? He's like, yeah, let's film. So yeah, flew out. It was like a 3-day trip too, super fast, kind of a whirlwind of a thing. So I built this, it's like kind of a predecessor to the jet, like the Naruto jets I was talking about earlier. But it was like this bar and you'd hold on to it and it would pull you if you were on like a skateboard or something, like 2 jets blowing backwards. So I pretty much built this whole thing in a day and like then flew out. But unfortunately that thing was in my carry-on or check bag and they were being a little rough with it. So when I got there, it was like not working right, unfortunately. So it would like turn off and turn on randomly. So I think Logan was a little bit frustrated with that. And I was like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. Like, we got some footage of it working, but I don't think it's like ideally what he wanted. So just like out of nowhere, he was just like, dude, you shouldn't be an engineer.
Jesus.
Yeah. And you should be a doctor, like a plumber or like a teacher or something else. Like just, you're not good at it. And I was like, dude, it caught me so off guard because remember, this is my first time in LA, first YouTuber or anyone else I've ever met besides myself is this guy who I've like, watched before. Like I've seen him, like, him and a bunch of other people I'm kind of looking up to because he's much bigger than me at the time. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Yeah. And I didn't really know how to respond. We like, I don't know, I just kind of like brushed past it. But then actually, I think maybe a couple months later, I did another video with him. And that one went a lot better. And he kind of like flipped and he was like, dude, you're like an insane engineer. Like this stuff is wild. So I got to think it's just for the camera, like he wants to be pretty polarizing, one way or the other. But
So he like posted that too on his own channel, or
yeah,
like, he
that's
posted
from the clip I clipped is from a vlog of his.
Oh, it's from his
in the
vlog.
day. It's from his vlog.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. But like
Wow.
the scene after it, like I didn't know this, but I think he was just, kind of spinning it up a little bit. Like he wasn't like serious. He was just, or I don't know, or he wasn't as serious as he seemed, if that makes sense. But still, dude, it's like a wild thing to say to somebody.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. But like,
You really think he wasn't as serious as he seemed?
no, because he got really like, he was just cheerful like afterwards. I don't know. I think he's just a very extreme person.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, yeah, again, you know, we've filmed again since then. He's like been the complete opposite way, just like really gassing you up. So I think it's just that polarizing, you know, one extreme or other extreme that he likes to go for in his videos.
Okay.
So I think it's just kind of that personality that might like the on-camera personality.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want to like psychoanalyze him. I'm not fucking
No, me,
psychiatrist or
I don't
anything,
really know the guy
but-
at all like that much.
Right,
Like,
right.
We've done like 2 videos together. That's
Yeah.
about it.
But I am wondering though,
What?
like, do you feel like he's just one of those people that just isn't very he just isn't filtered, so whatever he says is based off of how he's feeling at the time? So like say that he's like feeling something, then he just lets something like, you know, reaction versus response, right? There's people who like actually contemplate whether or not like what their real response would be separate from their emotional reaction to things.
I think he found it beneficial to remove that filter for the videos. So as he was filming, you know, everyone's telling him, everyone loves when he just says, you know, random shit. He just is so high energy. He doesn't have that filter. Everyone loves that. So he's going to naturally, you know, steer into that and not have that filter. I think, you know, over the years, he's like grown as a human. And I don't think he's a bad dude at all. I have no beef with the guy, you know. I you know, have a lot of respect for what he's done. Like, and just like seeing the work ethic that he had too was really incredible. So definitely was a beneficial trip for me overall. But just that shock of like having no filter and just telling me like I should quit and whatnot, like that was pretty wild.
Bro, your face was crazy.
Dude, I know.
Dude, your face was crazy, bro.
It caught me so off guard, bro. It was wild. Like, keep in mind, I'd never met another influencer, anyone else. Really.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how this stuff works. I don't know how this city works. Like, now I kind of just laugh, I think, if something like that happened. But again, I mean, obviously I was never actually going to quit.
Right.
You know, I didn't actually take it seriously.
You know.
No, not for a second.
Okay. That's
Like
cool.
now I look back at it and laugh. Like, I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like, what the fuck? Like, I would never say anything like that to anybody. But again, I make very different content than he does. So
How long after that? How long after that did you guys do content again? A year? You said, or a month?
we probably did like, I think maybe a couple months after that. I was like back in
months.
LA.
Okay.
But again, like we didn't ever leave on bad terms, which kind of points me to think that it's literally just for the video.
Okay. I
Like
see.
it's just a very like,
So even the first time, like that didn't like drive you to be extra like motivated for 2 months until you saw him again.
no, because I gained a lot of subscribers and everyone was like kind of gassing me up in the comments too. So like, you know, I felt like I was a win,
Damn.
you know?
Yeah.
Like still like that right there in the moment, like my face was like my initial response, you know? But then when I like just thought about it for a second, I was like, no, this is like good for me, you know? So like, I'm not going to be mad at him.
Yeah.
Like, you know, honestly happy that he just like let me film for a little bit. And I got a valuable experience, you know, kind of seeing how his, you know, setup worked and kind of saw how this, other creators do their stuff as well. I totally looked at it from a positive angle, you know?
Yeah, dude. That's how you need to do it, bro.
Yeah,
that's
of course.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's literally the mindset of a winner.
Dude, it's all, you know, you got to spin it all positively. Yeah. Everything's a lesson, you know?
Especially these days. You look at like, first it was TikTok comments. Now it's Instagram Reel comments. Have you seen those?
Real comments are unhinged, bro. Thankfully, you mentioned before you don't like to read the comments, or what's your take on comments?
Well, I don't like to read bad comments, of course. Nobody does, but I still read my comments because I want to engage with my audience. I care about the people who actually follow me, and I've seen all the bad comments.
Yeah.
I know what all of them say about me. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm still going, I guess.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean like I don't I feel things from like the comments regardless. Like
Yeah.
if someone says something like, I mean, actually, I guess it depends.
Mm-hmm.
Like after initially when I first started, like when I first started content, like I was natural for a big part of this. Like I didn't become unnatural, quote unquote, till a year after my pro card, and I think I was 22 or something, 23. So yeah, it's been a few years now that I've been unnatty, but
Gotcha.
but even before that, people were claiming steroids, of course.
That probably got to, yeah.
Well, actually, it didn't, because I was natty, and then when I
That's kind of a compliment.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was a compliment, right?
Absolutely.
And plus, it was like such a.
I wish
it was
people
such,
thought I
like,
was unnatty, you know?
It was such a small amount of people too, so like I really didn't care. Plus,
Yeah.
the more you see those hate comments, like, and nothing changes in your life, you realize it doesn't fucking matter.
You get a little
It
more
just
used to them,
doesn't,
yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
Then again, I'd also have like these funny comments on TikTok when I was first blowing up. Like the people that just hated my workout videos or just hated me would just claim 5'2".
Oh, really?
Yeah, 5 foot tall.
5 foot tall.
And
Yeah,
shit.
the height, you know, there's a lot of people out there with a lot of negativity. Yeah. I think though, the more, you know, set you are as a person and the more, you know, you believe in what you're doing, the less that really matters.
Yeah.
Again, I mentioned this before, but luckily for me, the content that I make is not about me. It's about the things I'm building. So they can shit on my project all I want. I don't care. It's not me, at least. You know, you're not attacking.
I see.
Whereas, you know, your content, you know, your bodybuilding is actually you. So it might hurt a little bit more. Or like a vlog or whatever, personality wise, like whatever your content is, if it's involving actually, you know, you're something that's related to you, then it might hurt a little bit more. Versus if it's a little bit more removed, then it might hurt. For me, that's the way I feel. And I'm also like very set in kind of the type of stuff I'm doing. And, you know, I don't really care if you don't like something I make. Like, you know, who cares? Like a million other people liked it. So yeah, it's just, comments never really bothered me. Luckily. Yeah. But
I think that's a powerful way to go about things. But I do think it's harder. I agree with you that it's probably harder for most, especially that are doing different types of content.
absolutely. I don't think, you know, like the people who are really putting themselves out there and showing a lot of them, those negative comments are going to hurt them more. I totally get that. I would be probably way more hurt if I was doing stuff like that.
But kind of like you said, though, it's really absolute facts that if you want to make something big of yourself and you just want to continue to make it to wherever it is that you envision yourself, like the comments have to just not matter, regardless of how you do it, whether it's like understanding that your confidence in who you are comes from what you have done and no one can change that, or if it's actually just not looking at the comments at all, like Joe Rogan, just really not caring, then I mean, regardless, it's that like the comments and being swayed by the comments, I think is where things start to get really difficult. It's like when your content actually starts changing because of the comments that and what they've done to like your perspective.
There is a other side to that too. Like a lot of my best videos have been user suggestion from comments. So allowing it to actually change your content for the better and kind of using it as a focus group. This is a really powerful thing I was, you know, kind of started doing a couple of years back. Like in every video, I'd say, leave a comment, you know, what you want to see me make next. And also, you know, upvote if there's any cool ideas down there. So like I kind of utilize the comment section as a focus group, and the good ideas rise to the top. If a comment gets like 6,000 likes or whatever, probably, you know, millions of people would want to see that. So you can actually, like, comments can be a good thing. I love reading my comments, even, you know, because, you know, 90% of them are good or whatever. And the bad ones, I just kind of at this point just laugh about, because again, like I just enjoy what I do so much, it doesn't really matter. So overall, I'm very pro comments, I would say, just because I think you can actually utilize them to, you know, grow your content and make it better if, you know, utilize it in the right way.
I think that's true. I think that's super true too. A lot of the ways that I've been able to build my content for the better, or build myself for the better, has been through comments. Luckily, most of my comments from my audience have always been positive.
Yeah.
And if not, it's constructive for some sort of sense.
Exactly.
I haven't had any issues where I did see a video from one guy recently who actually decided to come clean about, I think, gear use. But instead of how... I think a lot of people tend to get a positive reaction when someone comes open about it, but this person lied previously, kind of like the Liver King.
Yeah, Liver King.
And then the way that he did his apology, I think, was in a way where all the top comments were essentially trying to let him know that the way that he went about this seemed very unempathetical, like he really didn't give a fuck about us. Like he thought like he was in the right and like all of these things. So those are very interesting, because those aren't quite attacking him, but those are also about his actual character as a human being.
Yeah.
And I think that would probably make him feel the most, but it's probably in his world probably the most constructive thing that he could receive.
Yeah, I mean, I think constructive criticism's, super important to be able to receive. Like, if you can look at something like objectively and hear somebody out and not like let your emotions or feelings, or predisposed judgments kind of get in the way, then like that's kind of how you have to be if you want to grow. So yeah, like, do you know what happened with that? Like, did he listen to the comments at all, or what was his response?
I don't know, because some people probably know who I'm talking about, because it just happened like a few days ago.
Oh shit, this is fresh, dude. We got the fresh tea.
It's very fresh. So yeah, I've never followed his content, but his video just popped up on my page. Actually, I was searching your videos, and for some reason his video, completely unrelated, popped up on the search.
Damn.
Yeah, I searched your name, literally like Jay Laser video podcast, and his video popped up and was so unrelated. And there I go again, getting distracted by whatever Explore feed.
Yeah, I know. It really does suck you in, man. It's wild. But no, I think being able to distinguish the constructive criticism comments from just the complete, attacking comments is super important as well. Like,
I think that's where people can struggle, because it's hard for you to just, it's like like the way that, and I don't, man, this is going to sound retarded, but sorry for saying that. I mean, dumb, whatever. Sorry guys, did not mean to use that word. Anyways, I feel like, I don't remember exactly what culture this is ingrained in or what religion, but in order to move through life freely, you must be able to flow with it. And basically, you must be malleable, but not malleable in the sense of malleable with your opinions, but open-minded, and also being able to change certain things as you need to, right? So for example, like, you see a comment, you realize that comment doesn't apply to you in a certain sense, or you see this comment, you realize that comment does apply to you because it's constructive in a sense, right? You need to be able to turn that on and turn that off. There's a lot of things that, honestly, in order for you to maintain like a sense of like moving forward in happiness, you need to be able to turn on and turn off. Yeah. Which is
just that recognition. It's so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you just really have to look at it objectively. You have to kind of remove yourself. And that's hard. Yeah.
So now when I see like IG reels, bro, all this shit, like,
I know.
Like, there's this kid called
it's Unhinged.
If you guys care about how a kid feels, then I think it would be really, really sweet of you guys to like go comment something nice on Presley Barnes' page. This kid is he's just like this long blonde haired kid that is doing fitness on social media. And Noel Dazel actually posted him in the Young Light chat and was like, hey guys, can you guys say something nice, because this kid is being like torn up in the comments.
Really?
And
for what reason?
Yeah
I'm not.
And Daddy Noel's just such a nice guy.
Such a nice guy.
That's how I found his page. And I don't know what the reason is. Some people claim that he lies about his age, even though he literally looks like he's fucking 9 years old.
Really?
He's like, I don't know if he's like 13 or what old, but like, he's just trying to like make posts about himself for fitness, and the comments are like fucking Alex Cumbanks and like some guy posted
nice guys.
Some guy posted his like his full IP address and said like you're done for it.
Well, oh god, you gotta just
some crazy
like,
shit, dude.
Remember, like, put yourself, if you can put yourself in the position of that commenter, right? Like, why are they commenting that? Like, it's gotta be because they're going through something, or
they're projecting something.
They're projecting,
right?
100%. And
right.
if you can understand, like, that's the reason, it kind of makes it. You understand more.
Right. You understand more.
Yeah.
But the thing about this kid that is so devastating for me is I think it's gotten to the point where it's no longer people projecting. It is now people trying to get the funniest comment. Because it's become a culture to comment on this thing.
The internet's wild for that. You know? Like, it'll just breed these like cults that'll just try and ride. Like, it's happened. It happens a lot. And, people just like ride off of this momentum and try and rise to the top and be the funniest and push it the farthest, and it can get pretty dangerous, like, especially if it's just against what you sounds like, just like some kid, right? So yeah, there's a dark side for sure. Like, it goes way too far.
I understand. Like, maybe if, like, say he lies about his age, but I don't think anyone that age who's, at least from the content I'm seeing, literally just posting like just trying to post himself doing fitness stuff. Like, just trying to post himself improving himself.
Yeah, but people love to see other people die, or,
they do.
Or like get ripped down. Like, you want to either build somebody up or rip them down, like, one day they love you, one day they hate you. So if you give them a reason, it's people jump all over that. It sounds like, and it's also really accentuated by people being, like, you would never say anything like that to him face to face, but behind the comments, when there's like a swarm of them, he's just like throwing a shot. It's so easy. So it's kind of that's a negative for sure. But
I think that's why your story is so like inspiring, though, dude. Is like, your story is so it's like so random. You were like
so random, dude.
And your degree, your college degree, didn't end up even being engineering, right?
No, it was physics and math, so like kind of related, but again, the most of my knowledge is self-taught, and yeah, I've learned way more outside of college than in, I would say. But
me too, dude.
Yeah,
I know, too, bro. I fucking went to school for engineering, not an engineer, bro. I took what at the time was actually the hardest class in the country. Like, if you look up hardest class in the country, college class in the country,
what class?
It's called Thermodynamics 2 at Purdue University for for engineers, mostly mechanical engineers. I don't know who else. Yeah. So Thermodynamics 2. Literally, I don't remember a single fucking thing, bro. I don't remember one thing. Huh?
Did you just do like the classic cram everything in and then forget it, kind of like for the test?
I think I did that for all of college. I think I just crammed everything in as hard as possible, and it was just it was so crammed that none of it was concrete.
It's wild, dude. Schools need to change, man. Like, it's such an outdated method. Like, if I want to learn something, I feel like I can learn it much better on my own. Like, I think the structure is nice for a lot of people, but the methodologies have not changed in hundreds and hundreds of years.
And we definitely don't need that many years to just prove that we can calculate things or prove we can get through something.
Yeah. No, college is
college kind of more.
My physics professor, this is so wild. Like, he was kind of telling us what sort of jobs you could get as with a physics degree. And he says you can get pretty much anything, because with a physics degree, people know how to like get through hard shit and learn hard shit. So the entire degree is pretty much just figuring out how to get through hard shit. It's not actually necessarily about the stuff we're learning. It's just proving that you can learn hard things.
Right.
Which kind of made me not want to do it. I was like, well, I also kind of want to be learning things that are going to help me. Like, so it just, it really just prepares you to work, work for somebody, I think. But think there's ways for it to be constructive, but like, I don't know. On the whole, it seems like a pretty outdated system.
I think so, considering how many of us are making these careers outside of it.
Yeah.
Not related to anything that we did in college. I mean, I think at least for you to a level, I guess math and physics have contributed significantly to like what you do.
For sure. There are some classes, like my computer science classes, helped give me a foundation in, that, area. It actually does help to think about kind of projects and stuff from a physical perspective. Like, okay, is this, like, according to the laws of physics, can this be done? And if it can, then you can kind of get into like an engineering way of figuring out how to do it. So, but kind of the stuff for I'm doing that, you don't need anything past like Newtonian physics, just simple like F equals ma and kind of shit like that. You don't need any fancy quantum like,
right.
Yeah, that's not necessary.
I don't think I'm ever going to use thermodynamics ever again.
I know. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Do you still use, I don't even know what it's called. I'm going to be real with you. What? I don't even know what it's called. Is it the Tormach or Tormach? The Tormach? Yeah. Okay. Is that what you still use right now? The 770 for all your projects?
It's a CNC machine. I don't use it that much. Just kind of the way you have to build for YouTube is like run and gun, kind of fast. So this is another difference between large corporations and kind of what I do. Large corporations want to make a product that, they can sell to whoever. It has to be perfect. They'll work on the same thing for years. I have to do something new every month. So if I make something that works 100%, like when I'm testing it, I kind of think I've failed because I've made it too good. Like I could have spent less time on it and, maybe it breaks at the end, which honestly is kind of fun to see, So like if I spend too much time on it, this kind of ties into the Tormach. Like it's a very powerful tool and it lets you be super precise, but it kind of takes a while to program. You have to be very detailed with CADing and, just it takes a while to make a part, but the part will be really good. I can make that same part, on maybe another tool or in a different way, a lot faster. Might not be as precise, but I can get it done, just with more speed. And that's kind of a huge factor when it comes to building things for YouTube. Because again, I'm not trying to sell these things. Like it's a rough prototype. If I want to sell something, which, we actually are looking into doing, then you can make a version 2, version 3 off of that first project. But for actual video content purposes, you don't want to build something too well. So using a lot of big fancy tools versus just like kind of quicker, scrappier ways, like the faster ways tend to be the better way to go.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. If you feel like any of the medications that we spoke about today may benefit you, such as BPC 157, GH secretagogues such as tesamorelin, IGF-1, oxandrolone trochet, semaglutide, then you can obtain these from Transcend HRT, and the link for that will be in the bio. If you feel like you're experiencing symptoms of low testosterone, such as depression, anxiety, lack of motivation, as well as lack of sex drive, then you can get this checked out as well by getting your blood work done at Transcend, and they will provide you expert medical analysis. Transcend HRT has worked with many professional bodybuilders and pro athletes, such as Thor Bjornsson, Phil Heath, and Jeremy Buendia. And if you feel like this podcast has any relevancy to you, I do believe that this clinic will provide of great benefit to you as well. Yeah, I did a lot of CAD in my actual job, and
Your actual, what'd you work on?
So time consuming and boring.
Yeah.
For some time I was working for Butler Aerospace that works with Sikorsky helicopters.
Oh, that's
which is
sick.
It sounds sick as fuck, but to be honest with you, what I was doing was kind of like just like you said, you're working on one tiny small part in the grand scheme of the entire product. So I was just working on I worked on some pumps. So I was doing a lot of things with torque, and then I worked on I don't even fucking remember what I worked on, bro. Yeah. And I have to actually think about it for a few minutes. But
no, but like those companies do on the whole make amazing things, and we need stuff like that. So it is like great work. It's just not kind of this dream that's shown a little bit. Like it's kind of a little bit misleading, I think, when people want to get into engineering.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Brad's podcast with his brother, which was really, really cool to hear.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know Brad had a brother.
Yeah, he has a brother who's the opposite of him.
What, like small?
Small.
I don't know.
Doesn't lift.
Doesn't live.
Is definitely natty.
All right.
Also, doesn't do social media and doesn't
Interesting.
care about making money or having like a big time job. What he does is he lives in a van.
Van life.
He lives in a van and he travels
That's
and
pretty cool.
and he surfs.
You ever want to do
And then
that?
he does like gardening or he does something. Van life. At one point in my life, I actually was interested in doing some like van car traveling. A lot of my close friends, like one of my best friends, Melody, I actually met when she was on a road trip. So she's always been an inspiration to me to travel. But just like you and I were talking about earlier before the podcast, bro, traveling with what we do right now. Why don't we ever do it? Like, we just don't get to it.
I know. It's always on the back burner, and there's always more work to do.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like, when you're your own boss, it's amazing. I wouldn't have it any other way. But like, you gotta take time to do other things
It's
too.
hard to turn off.
It's
I
really
think.
hard to turn off, especially when the incentives are so high to keep working.
Right.
Like, we don't have a ceiling. We can go as high as we want. Like, Beast really took that to the extreme. No ceiling.
Yes.
Working nonstop on this one thing. But what do you chasing? Like, what does that ceiling lead to at the end of the day?
Yeah. And I think that's
find
what,
that
that's what
balance.
Brad and he were talking about is like his brother has such a different perspective. He's very present, something that I really admire. And that's something that actually having the podcast has really taught me to practice, which is really amazing and something I'm really grateful for. And the reason I love it. But Brad talked about how like it's not even just like the fact that we have no ceiling is amazing. I think is a great opportunity, but I think part of the biggest thing that drives us too is the fact that we just can't detach the fact that our income and our livelihood, our performance, our egos, our status is all tied to what we're doing right now. And it's fucking all measured in quantitative measurements.
Just numbers on a screen.
Measurable.
Yeah, I know. It's a fun game. It's kind of like, it really is like a real life video game.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fun to play, but there are
You
other
just
games.
you just can't get too serious about it though. And it's hard not to if it's tied to your life sometimes.
So Brad's brother, you said he was very present in the sense that
Like he doesn't give a fuck about social media. He just wants to be where he is right now and like have fun with his friends. Like he just wants to go he just wants to go camping or he just wants to go surfing.
Yeah.
He always wants to just wants to go surfing.
That's great.
Surfing
I love
is like
surfing.
Yeah, exactly. Just like when you're building something, you're very present in what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
When he's surfing, he's very present in what he's doing.
Yeah, man. I got this sweet electric surfboard the other day. It's so sick.
That's tight.
Yeah. It's like a hydrofoil. It's like you can kind of like fly above the water.
Wait, you got it or you made it?
I made one. It didn't work that well. So this one is like a professionally built one.
Nice.
Yeah. It's awesome, man. But yeah, it's just super fun to literally fly around and feel like, you're just really out there and very present, and it's just nice. I think like even LA there's a lot of that pressure, and I think getting out every once in a while is super important. Just like, traveling, or I don't know, just kind of getting out of your routine here and there is very important for that, being present.
All right. After this, you and I are going to shake on it.
Okay.
Within the next year, we're going to travel somewhere.
All right. I'm down.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Bet.
Wait.
Bet.
Yeah. Where, you got any ideas where you want to travel?
I really want to go to Tokyo.
Dude, I think I'm going to try and go to Japan in February.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
In February?
Yeah.
No way.
I already had that locked in.
No way, really?
Well, not quite, but working on it.
Okay.
But I'm manifesting it here.
All right. February sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's about wrap this up. So I have a few questions to ask you real quick.
Yeah.
And then also, if you're down, there's a few questions from the audience.
Absolutely.
If you're
Let's
also
run
curious.
it.
But real quick, though, How come you ended up doing, just out of curiosity, physics and math for your degree in college? If you're doing all this engineering stuff.
Like instead of engineering?
Yeah, like say maybe instead of engineering.
The school that I was looking at didn't offer engineering. I was originally going to do a dual degree physics and engineering so it's called the 3-2 program. It would be 3 years at the college where I went to, and then 2 years at engineering school. But by the end of college, I kind of realized I just want to do this like YouTube stuff, and this is what's going to make me happy. And I don't think I need this extra engineering. But the reason I went to the school I did is because it was a little bit more well-rounded. Like it wasn't just a strictly engineering school. Like I like a lot of other stuff besides engineering, and, I'm a pretty curious person and wanted to take some other classes, that just weren't strictly engineering, wanted to be around other non-engineers. So that's why,
Like what?
Like other interests?
Like, yeah. Like what other classes?
A lot of art stuff. I really got into, drawing, sculpting, painting. Those were amazing.
Tight.
Yeah. I'm really bad at it, but history and like literature and like languages, I think like everyone says, oh, you do physics, like that's super hard, you must be really smart. No, my brain is just kind of wired that way.
Yeah.
Like for me, it'd be harder if I got like a history major or some sort of written, whatever other language sort of thing. Like, yeah. So now like I'm trying to kind of round myself out a little bit more because I've kind of really just maxed out the engineering side of things, but I'm also trying to, always trying to round myself out and, just keep that balance a little bit. So that's kind of why I chose the degree that I did. Yeah, just keep it well rounded. Yeah,
that's dope, bro.
Yeah, man.
I actually relate to that. Also, plus,
dude,
engineering classes are only like slightly more applied mathematics and physics.
Yeah, physics is just
not by
theoretical. Much. Engineering is very much a little bit more applied. So they do relate.
But they have so many similar problems. Like you're probably gonna like do a problem about a jet or something.
Yeah,
like a plane or some shit.
You'll
like,
take the same math classes too.
Yeah.
So,
but I feel like I actually feel the same in how I had a more mathematically like calculating kind of thought process.
Yeah.
Growing up, I mean,
Definitely.
always in math class, super fucking Asian, played like 6-7 instruments or whatever. So I had like a different kind of mindset.
Dude, I saw you were sick at the piano.
Thanks, bro.
That's insane. I had no idea. Talk about being well rounded.
Thanks, bro. That means a lot. I actually feel like I'm so bad at it now, so that means a lot. But then I just could not. I could barely read, bro. I could not do like any of those like in the ACT or the SAT, like the reading portion or like that part was terrible, bro.
Yeah,
like that was so hard for me. But nowadays, that's like almost all I do.
Just read.
Well, I a lot of any knowledge that I acquire is simply from reading things online and then just regurgitating them to other people, right? That's the whole like process for you to really memorize things the best way anyways, is I don't remember what the cycle is actually called, but you take in the information, you absorb it, and then you give it back out. And if it's not totally correct, you tweak and then
exactly. That's how you actually learn. That's how you know if you can absorb it and then teach it. If you can actually teach it, then you know that you know it. Yeah, totally, man. I think, although I don't think the SAT is like the best metric for you're good at something. So I bet you're better than you think. The SAT is a test where you can learn how to take the test. That's how at least I feel about it. My school had like a class where they like taught you how to take the written part of the SAT test. I got like a perfect score on it, and I'm a shit writer. But I only did well because I know how to take the test. I know what
the written part.
Yeah.
You don't feel like practicing for the written part of the SAT also just made you like a overall better writer?
No, I don't think so. No. It's dude. Seriously, I think what made me a better writer is having to write these scripts for the videos. Kind of like, I don't know, but no, dude. Like, they want you to hit certain things. They want you to describe like, they want you to like weave through certain points like. And if you can just put together like off of this specific prompt they give you. And if you know what to hit, then you'll do amazing. So, yeah. But anyways, that's a tangent. Yeah.
I mean, you're definitely right, because I remember having to study for that so separately, and my scores improved dramatically simply because I was only studying that
for the test. It's pretty ridiculous.
All right, I got these questions to ask you.
All right.
So if you only had 3 descriptive things you could tell someone to become the best YouTuber or creator alive that they could be, what would you tell them?
3 descriptive things.
Yeah.
Take criticism, I would say. Like this is kind of stolen from Mr.Beast, but be coachable. I could just say all the things he says, but I'm going to try and come up with some original ones.
That's a good one, though.
Yeah. I would say also don't like question everything too. Don't kind of fall into, just old habits and like doing things for the sake of doing them. Constantly try and like reevaluate why you're doing things. Is another.
You said do or don't constantly reevaluate?
Do.
Reevaluate.
Yes. Yeah. Reevaluate. Like kind of be up to date, because especially on YouTube, like the target's moving, something that like we're throwing darts with our eyes closed at like a moving target, and you might feel like for a second you're like really locked in, but then the target's going to move.
Yeah.
And then, so you constantly have to be like up to date and like reevaluating. At the end of the day, I think the last thing is just like, do it for you. That's so cliche, dude. Fuck.
But it's so true, bro.
It's so cliche. Like everyone says that, but like your longevity will be, 10 times longer than, I think it was someone I saw this quote. I'm just like parroting shit at this point, but like, I think the person that loves to walk will walk 10 times farther than the person that just wants to get to the end,
Yeah. That's what Brad's brother loves to do. He just loves to be there.
Yeah,
no, it's not what he said, but essentially just the
Mm-hmm.
fact that he just loves to be in the present moment. Like he doesn't like, it's honestly kind of beautiful. I just really
amazing,
doesn't
yeah.
give a fuck.
Good.
He gives 0 fucks.
I mean, I think surrounding yourself with those type of people and people who might think a little bit different than you is, super important. Yeah. That's why LA is kind of amazing, because there's like, granted, there are like a lot of people who are all about the industry and whatnot, but there are just everyone out here. There's so many different types of people, and, kind of making a point to just like connect with some of those new people is always, I always, enjoy.
I agree with that too. I had such a bad mindset over LA.
Yeah.
Never wanted to move here ever. I was like,
I know, it's
never
got
gonna
such a
live here.
stigma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm here, so I was wrong.
I know.
That was good. That was a good input, though. Also, the second thing you said, I don't remember what it was, but I really agreed with it.
For about YouTube?
Yeah,
Just be
about
yourself,
becoming a
or-
creator. No, it was the one before that. Evaluating your things.
Yeah, absolutely. Constantly evaluating.
Yeah. So one input I have to say for that is I feel like I've noticed that as I gave a fuck less about the algorithm that's always moving and trying to think more about every time I created content, I just thought about like, who are my people and what, how do they feel and how can I connect with them?
Yeah.
I think every time I really, really, really tried to focus on that and like try my best to forget what anyone has said about the algorithm, I would do better.
Absolutely.
That's what I would think.
Yeah, because the algorithm's a reflection of the people.
It is, yeah.
It should be. Obviously there's like little tweaks. So if you're following the algorithm, it's like you're almost one step behind. If you just make a good video, people are going to want to watch it, or something that really resonates with people.
The one thing the one thing I'm a little concerned about, though, is the whole like shorts plus YouTube thing, and shorts like affecting your long format content.
Yeah.
That-
Dude, shorts are wild. Shorts kind of water down YouTube for me.
Yeah.
Like my views have never been higher. I've never like gained subscribers at the rate I am. And it's predominantly because of shorts.
And the shorts are blowing up your content now?
Shorts blow up my content. Granted, they also do drive traffic to the long content.
That's
but
okay.
It's different, man. I don't know.
See, that's really good to hear, because some people feel, and I feel this way about my main channel because I fucked it up, but I know why I fucked it up.
What do you mean you fucked it up?
So some people feel like shorts actually decreases and ruins their long format views.
I don't think it ruins it.
And I don't think it does unless your shorts are different. And your shorts are not. Your shorts are exactly what your long format at. In fact, you actually derive your shorts and cut clips from your main content, right? So that's why I think now maybe it is okay that I continue to do shorts on my main channel, because if people enjoy it anyways, then I'll post it up for them. And I like the shorts.
Definitely do
Might
shorts.
as well keep doing it. But
you can also link your main videos in your shorts. No.
Like
there's
oh shit.
Yeah. You can. So you just like in the short, there's an option to just go into the main video. So it's like a perfect pipeline.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. But I don't know if you know Wu Talk from Under the Influence podcast or the Biochemistry creator.
Maybe. I'm probably seeing some of this
Yeah,
stuff.
you might have.
Yeah.
But he was saying that he and his podcasters they actually separated out their channels. So they have a shorts channel and they have their main channel, kind of the way that Mr.Beast has like a Mr. Beast shorts.
Also now posts shorts on his main channel.
He does now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
Times are changing.
it kind of makes sense. Like, oh, dude, there's just so much shit I could go into.
I
with
feel like
YouTube strategy and whatnot. But
I mean, I feel like it makes sense, but the thing that some people don't realize, like my friend Isaiah Miranda, like his YouTube long formats are vlogs, but then his mini clips are skits, and it ruins it's different content, and it ruins his long format.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He gains subscribers that don't want to do his long format, and if they do see his long format, they don't engage like his actual ones who do want to watch it. I did that with my videos. I just posted like 5-6 different types of videos on my YouTube because I just wanted to do everything in the books, but I didn't think about what my people cared about.
Yeah.
So
You kinda-
now I have too much of a mixture for any of them.
What do you like doing the most?
That's the hard part is I like doing a lot of things.
That's true.
Yeah, I like doing a lot of things.
Maybe
It's
there's
hard
like
for me
some
to
style
decide,
that kind of blends a lot of those together.
I've tried,
Yeah.
and I've made some hybrids, but it's a little too late.
Yeah.
So
Well, I wouldn't say that.
what I'm doing now is I created a whole new channel, and I'm going to create a whole new channel for strictly vlogs, like workout vlogs, bodybuilding vlogs, just like day in the life stuff that I like to do. And then I'm going to keep my main channel for all the little skit stuff I did that used to blow up my channel in the first place. So I used to do like asking girls videos, which was with like body types. And I really enjoyed it because it was just fun.
Yeah,
and
that's funny. That's funny.
People would love that type of video.
Totally.
And then I also did like when I was coming clean about gear use, I made a 40-minute video of me just talking about.
I think I saw that.
This stuff. Oh, you saw it? Yeah. And like for a 40-minute video, I got a lot of views. So I like to do like informative stuff like that too. And the informative stuff always do really well. They always do super, super well for me.
I mean, you're just very open about everything that's going on. I think people really resonate with that. So
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
But
100%.
yeah, that's YouTube algorithm stuff or whatever, YouTube tactics.
Yeah.
Just thinking like if anyone does actually, that's the thing that I had this kid that actually called me recently. He's a friend of a friend, and he like watched my content, and my friend Ryan was like, hey, this kid really wants to talk to you. So I talked to him an hour about like what he could do, and my biggest thing for him was like figure out what you want to do in the long term and stick to it.
Yeah.
And keep making that kind of content. And he realized what he was doing that he felt like was wrong after I told him was like, I've been posting so many different types of things on my Instagram, so many types of videos. And he knew in the inside that if he just stayed consistent to one type, it would do better, but he just wasn't sure. So that kind of confirmed it for him. And so he and I decided that, well, I don't really, whatever. Anyways, he and I decided that he is basically he loves to drum, and he's a great drummer. And he's like, he doesn't know how to tighten in fitness. But then I was like, we were talking about his like his Whoop watch or his Aura ring or something. Yeah. And I'm like, have you ever like seen how many calories like you burn from drumming? He's like, bro, you won't believe how many calories you burn. It's fucking crazy.
That's a cool way to tighten.
And I was like, dude, create a vlog of you getting shredded for like a competition by just drumming. By just drumming.
Yeah.
You should fucking do that and then post your TikToks about it so get some exposure. Definitely. And he was like, fuck, I'm gonna do this. This is sick. I'm gonna do whatever. So, but I feel like doing that, like creating your own journey where you do one consistent type of content, like you building these things. This is all one type of content. I think that's the way for you to really create an audience that really resonates.
Yeah. And yeah, I totally agree with that. I think the one thing you also have to do is make sure to be evolving that content as well. You know, but I totally agree. I think having that some kind of foundation that people can gravitate towards, and then you just build on that. It's like, that's a, you know, a killer way to go about it.
I think that's why people really love like the vlogs and stuff, is because instead of the development having to be in your ideas, how crazy your vlog is, or how like well your invention is or something, you know, instead of it having to be one of those, it's the actual character development of like the series they're watching. Yeah. Which is probably most of the time just the creator who's creating it.
The daily vlog is like, or whatever it is, regularly scheduled vlog is just the journey of that person. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Good old Sam Sulek right now.
Yeah. Dude, that's crazy. That guy's wild, huh?
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, I'm really happy for him too.
Yeah.
This is basic videos. I did see a video though recently that I think it was probably pulling all the just the worst moments, but it's like this channel that loves Sam Sulek, and the video was like all of Sam Sulek's like most out of pocket moments or something. And I just saw like 10 minutes of him being a total dick. Really? It was so funny. I was like, hilarious. Damn, he's actually, it made him look meaner. And I felt a little bit less supportive while I was watching him, but I'm sure it was literally just at the span of how many hours that you watch him. I'm sure like, dude, that 10 minutes is all of him actually not so being authentic. Nice.
You know, yeah, totally. He's just got a crazy personality that allows him to, or not even crazy, but just like such a real guy, you know, and just his style, and you know, surprisingly, the dedication of lifting every day and posting every day goes hand in hand. So he's able to, you know, really stay on that daily grind, and a lot of people like start to follow, and it's awesome when you can just like see someone's progress every day who's actually sticking to it. Yeah. Combine that with being like a really chill dude, you know, it's just a recipe for success right there. So good, you know, great, good for him. He's crushing it.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. I'm still impressed though that he's able to do those videos every day, because editing takes so long.
He doesn't edit.
Someone else edits this?
No, he just puts the clips. It probably takes him like 4 minutes to do the editing.
Oh, you mean to actually like just each clip that he takes, he just puts it in there.
He doesn't edit. That's like why people like him, you know? It's so authentic. It's just, first clip here, second clip, third clip, export, post, done, you know?
Yeah.
So
I guess it wouldn't take that long. I just feel like even like cropping,
I don't think he does anything.
No, nothing.
I don't think so. But that's why it's like, it's very reminiscent of like old YouTube, and you know, like you don't need 10 billion cuts every second or whatever. It's, which, you know, a lot of people do, but
a lot of people do so many cuts.
Yeah. And that's because it works, you know, like
like David Dobrik style.
Absolutely. Yeah. But he's kind of like the swing the other way of the pendulum, you know, it's like refreshing often.
No, yeah. And that's what I really like. And
it's refreshing and also kind of relaxing.
Right.
You're not like so hopped up on like, what the fuck, that guy just like blew up that you know.
He's probably someone that people literally can just put on the background of the computer while they're doing shit, and they just like watch his video. So it's so much nicer. You do any of these other like David Dobrik video, there's no chance you're going to do something else at the same time.
No, you're going to be locked in.
There's no chance. It's like watching anime subbed versus dubbed. Like you cannot, like you can't do anything while you're watching subbed if you can't speak Japanese.
Yeah. Yep. It's pretty wild. But
I guess I was just thinking that like even like a lot of the vlogs that I do are not very highly edited, but it still takes me a lot of time for some reason. And I think it's just maybe just the fact that I'm exporting, and I actually think a lot longer than he probably does about like what I want my thumbnail and my title to be. He just has the same title
and thumbnail. Yeah, it's day 67
and it's
or
either
whatever,
a random
and it's
screenshot or it's his physique.
I don't even think he updates his thumb. Yeah, it's just going to be, dude, I promise you, it's the like lowest effort content ever made, which is amazing because like it really shows how like people gravitate towards his personality and his journey, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
personality, journey, and fucking crazy insane strength.
Also, he's fucking yoked. The dude is just
like, I wish I could fucking rep out 6 plates on squat.
I know.
With close stance at the age of 21 years old. And yeah,
It's
it's chill.
insane.
It's whatever.
Yeah, he has his insane physique to bring people in, and then people find out, oh, he's just like a chill dude, and it's relaxing to watch his videos, and then he just he posts consistently, so you're always going to be keeping up, and he's just going to keep getting more and more people the longer he does it. So
Yeah, it's sick.
yeah, we'll see what happens in the future though, if he has to like innovate at all, or if people, I don't know.
I hope he doesn't.
I hope he doesn't.
I hope
either.
it just keeps going.
Yeah, I hope. Like, the fun thing though is that he's probably going to get definitely get a lot of like fame and success, and we'll see how that kind of introduces new chapters to his life and program.
There's one thing I find a little unnerving though, is like sometimes if I see in the comments on like someone else's page or stuff, I'll keep finding these things like, this is why Sam Sulek is sick, or like, this is why Sam Sulek is cool, because he doesn't do stuff like this fucking tard or something. Like, people will literally like insult people and compare them to Sam Sulek.
Yeah.
But even in places where it doesn't even make that much sense.
Well, he's just got a really cult following, you know?
Yeah.
It's just people love him. Yeah. But, yeah.
Yeah. It's not something we can escape though.
Yeah, I know.
It's the world. All right. Let's ask these questions.
All right. I'm ready.
Okay. Louis Rivers asks, what was your favorite superhero suit to bring to life?
Dude, it's got to be Iron Man. He's my guy. Yeah. Yeah. He, I mean, it's just kind of what I do. He just builds stuff in a garage. He's an inventor. You know, he doesn't have superpowers. He builds them. So it's like kind of the most true to what I try and aspire to be, I would say.
Yeah.
Plus just like flying too. For whatever reason, I've had such an obsession with it. So like building an actual Ironman jetpack has definitely been the top of the list for me.
Damn. That is tight.
It's fucking sick.
Tight as hell.
I'm actually trying to like make a version 2 right now. That's just gonna like fly for, yeah.
Let's go, bro.
Better, yeah.
Let's go. Let me put myself in that suit for a second.
Yeah, dude. Hop in.
All right. Someone else actually asked, how much did the Iron Man suit cost?
Great question. The total, well, the first suit, which I ended up scrapping, was probably around like 40 grand.
Damn.
Yeah. So that one didn't even get off the fucking, that, because you have to get these custom like electric turbines, which have to be, you know, custom made from this dude in Italy. And then batteries, you know, so, I mean, yeah, altogether it was probably around 40 grand. It's like everything about this is cutting edge and expensive.
Right.
So it's just going to be a lot. But then the second suit also was probably another 40 grand. Wow. I just scrapped the first one completely because it was just a death trap. And that's one of the things like that I learned from, you know, this incident that I had where I cut my arm open was, you really have to take a step back sometimes. It's so easy when you're just so like locked in and you need this to work. There's all this like pressure and, you know, I need this video to go out. I gotta like, sometimes you just gotta know when to cut your losses and take a step back. So that was hard to do though. Like just admitting that this will not work and I'd blown all this time and money on this and just have to restart.
Yeah, dude, I can't imagine the
tough.
amount of time, effort,
and just
money.
like being like, all right, this ain't it. You know, I gotta start over.
So I'm assuming like the funds that you have for each of these projects just comes from like your previous revenue from previous projects.
Yeah, that's
right?
how it started. I was literally just paying for everything off the ad money I would make from Google or YouTube. Like I'd post a video. If it did well, I got a lot of money. If it didn't do well, I wouldn't get that much money. So it's like really stressing on like I needed videos to do well. Yeah. Now, thankfully, we have just so many revenue streams. We're much more diverse, you know, just across all social media platforms. For one, like you get paid on every platforms, and we also do sponsorships on every platform as well. Do you get paid on TikTok? Yeah. How so? TikTok creativity beta program. Videos over a minute make money.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Which is actually new. That just well, relatively new. But then also I have like a whole short form content team that will reach out, find me brand deals, like cut down the clips and kind of integrate a brand into those videos. I don't even touch it. So that's kind of running on its own, which is awesome because, you know, I don't have to deal with it and I can keep making the YouTube videos, which is the thing that's kind of moving the company forward. Then we also, just have sponsorships on every long form YouTube video, AdSense. We also sell products. So I have these like web shooter toys that I sell.
That's so cool.
Yeah, dude. It's actually really
Is
fun.
Uh,
that what Eric Janicki bought for his Spider-Man suit? Do you know Eric Janicki?
Maybe. I don't know. It's like a little web, it has like a string and a magnet on the end and you can reel it in.
Okay.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't know, but it like ties in super well with what we do. Cause like, you know, I've made a ton of different like Spider-Man stuff and everyone loves Spider-Man. So we're selling those. We're working on more toys. You know, just, there's a lot of different ways to make money and, you know, monetize what we're doing.
So tight, dude.
Again, that no ceiling.
I didn't even mention this, but I saw like your whole journey of like how you started with like doing your own projects. It was like slowly evolved to more insane things.
Yeah, it's gotten crazy.
So cool.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Yeah, man. It's fun. It really is. Yeah.
All right. Roman Ford says another successful loss for the Logan Paul.
Again, nothing. I don't have anything against Logan. That was not like to stir up beef. I just thought it was a funny clip.
This title is going to be Jake hates Logan.
Oh fuck, dude!
No,
You're gonna out me, dude. He wouldn't care. I don't even. Yeah, I mean, he's. I'm like not even on the radar.
All right, maybe we make it Logan hates Jake.
Yeah.
Why Logan hates Jake?
Yeah.
Adram asks, have you ever gotten an IQ test? And if yes, how much IQ you got?
Dude, I think, I don't remember. I definitely have gotten tested. I think I was like pretty ADD as a kid. So I was like, just get like bored of shit, the teachers would say. So I definitely think they like tested me for a lot of shit. But yeah, I don't remember the exact number. I don't know. Have you ever gotten an IQ test?
No, I don't want to.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I have. I don't know. I don't remember if I did, which I guess wouldn't speak to my IQ. Yeah, but I hope it's high. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I think some people don't want to take a like testosterone test. Like I don't want to like get my blood work done to see my testosterone. I just don't want to see it. I don't want to see how low it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kuya Paul asks, do you have any general advice for current engineering students?
General advice for current. That's a good question. We kind of were just like shitting on engineering students this whole podcast.
Quit school.
No, I won't say that, dude, because there are so many cool engineering jobs out there. Like it really just depends on what you want to do with the engineering degree. I have a lot of friends who, like at least a couple who, one of my buddies worked at a jetpack company, like very hands-on, like designing.
Wow.
Like there are awesome, amazing companies out there that require good engineers, you know? Like it's just a matter of what you want to do. So I guess the more you can kind of figure out the type of engineering that you really enjoy and like try and pursue that, the better. Like don't kind of just get like lost up in what's going to make the most money or, you know, what everyone else is doing, I guess, or what like the normal pathway is. Like if you really gravitate towards a certain class or like a certain field, or just don't be afraid to like kind of think outside the norm, I guess, if that's for you, if you don't want to do like a traditional engineering job. But again, if you want to, that's totally fine.
I think that's pretty wise.
Yeah.
It's like what we were talking about earlier, because things change and what we want to do changes too.
Absolutely.
So
yeah. And it's okay if you don't know that too. Like, you know, you figure it out. Like just try a couple jobs, you know, see what you like, see what you don't like, but don't be afraid to be afraid to move on or, you know, if you're like locked in somewhere, like you don't have to be, I guess.
Mhm.
But yeah, if you want to do what I do, you don't need engineering school. Like just start building stuff. That's probably the better advice.
Then Christian Galliana asks, what was your most proud moment?
The most proud moment. I don't know. There's been several like along the way where it's kind of just like hit me. Like every evolution of like the channel, there's like a new proud moment. I don't know if like I can necessarily pick one. Maybe if you like need me to say one, is like when I finally flew for the first time. That was sick.
So tight.
I think probably the first flying machine. I basically made this like life-size drone that you can stand on and fly around on. Like the first time I ever got like airborne, that was probably like the proudest moment, I guess. But along the way, it's also been like, I've been super proud of like the team we've been able to create. Like just, I remember pretty recently actually just like walking out of like this giant warehouse that we have where we can build cool shit on, and just like it really hitting me like this is awesome,
Yeah.
Like yeah, there's been several moments like along the way, like subscriber milestones. When we hit 1 million subscribers, I was pretty proud of that. So
Fuck yeah.
yeah, but you move on and you kind of realize that subscriber milestones don't mean that much. But it was still a proud moment,
Right.
I'll say.
Okay. I ask everybody this at the end of every podcast, but super, super hard question. If you had one thing to tell everybody, the whole world, one message you could tell to the whole world, if you were to die tomorrow, what would you say?
Damn, that's a hard one. One message to tell everybody. It's gonna be cheesy. Fuck.
That's all right, bro.
Find something you love to do. Find something you love to do, and just try to do it a lot. Something like that.
Yeah.
But said better.
But said better.
Yeah. I think just really try and figure out what you love doing, and do it.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah, man.
No, that's facts, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's said a lot, but it's not said enough. So,
Yeah.
all right, where can everybody
Appreciate
find you?
Everywhere you're online, JLaser Video, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Thanks for having me, man.
Thanks for coming on, bro.
Yeah,
Thanks. That was fucking epic. It was dope.
Yeah. This was good. Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right.
If you guys want to support the podcast, you can by rating us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you find podcasts.
Cool.
And also subscribing to the channel and clicking that bell notification helps us a lot. So
yeah.
it really does. And
Yeah,
by us,
subscribe
I
to this
mean
guy.
me, because I'm doing this alone.
Hell yeah.
Love you guys. Check out Jay Laser Video.
Thanks, bro.
Jake Laser. Peace, guys.
Peace.
Peace.